Hey everyone, it's Turner with Aria Denver Townhomes. Today I've got two big-time developers that work out of Denver. We've got Eric Weins with Weins Development Group, as well as Susan Powers with Urban Ventures. Susan is the master developer of this beautiful site, so she came up with all of the ideas, everything like that. So Susan, would you actually mind just giving us some insight into how you kind of came about this whole process?
Sure. In about 2005, the Sisters of St. Francis made the decision that they wanted to sell Mary Christ Convent. Their numbers were dwindling, and this is a 25-acre property and an unusual size of property to have in the city. So we started working with them and trying to figure out what was consistent with both of our values, and we found we had a lot more in common than we thought, even though I didn't go to Catholic school.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the primary values was that they didn't want this to become a big commercial Walmart, Target kind of center.
Right.
They wanted this to become really a part of the neighborhood and create it and extend the neighborhood. And they didn't want walls around it. They didn't want it to be a suburban thing. So they wanted this to be a kind of a free-flowing neighborhood. And we did as well. So it started a long process with lots of different architects involved in helping us work through the vision for what it is today.
Yeah, and just to kind of play off of that, there's all different kinds of initiatives out here as well, and you've worked with some of these companies. Is that correct?
Yeah, there are lots of partners here, and one of the nonprofit partners, which has really turned out to be a great relationship, is with the farm on the site. And it's a group called Frontline Farming, and we have a 1-acre production farm here that is kind of the heart of the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And we have people participate in the farming, and people participate in both working and eating.
Absolutely.
And it's a kind of a focus on healthy living here. So it's to get people to first of all to remember where the food comes from, because some of us grew up with cans of food. So that's part of it, and it's a partnership also with Regis University, where their students come over and learn about urban agriculture.
That's awesome. That's great. So last but not least, just how did you really kind of conceptualize this vision for how you were going to build out and figure out all these different phases and processes?
Well, we started with 2 buildings and the first row of townhomes, and then the apartments that are behind us with a partner, Perry Rose. And then we took on the convent itself, which is really the heart of the property, and it's an interesting old building that was converted into 28 residential units, and that was completed a couple years ago as a co-housing project. And then we realized that if we tried to do this one building at a time by ourselves, we'd be doing this in 2090. Right. So we were fortunate enough to meet people like Eric Weins, who is a developer and now has become a partner of ours and is building out so much of the site for us that it's great, and we're really pleased with the way it looks, the way it feels, folks that have been moving in, and it's very exciting to see this happen in less than 40 years.
Absolutely. So there's some commercial properties as well that are out on site, and you guys are working on those, is that correct?
Yeah, we started the one on the northeast corner of 52nd and Federal, and that's where Starbucks is located, and Bank of America is joining us. Yeah, Starbucks is great, has become a real connecting point for the community and with Regis students as well, and we have other tenants that we're working on as well. So
Susan, when you were kind of conceptualizing this whole plan, were there a few things that you really wanted to incorporate, or how did you come about to this whole vision?
One of our partners in thinking through what should happen here was Regis University, and because they have a lot of health sciences professional programs there, and some recent experience we had in another development that was focused on health, we picked that up and said, let's take that to the next step. Let's think about how we can offer a healthy lifestyle choice for people, and that has to do with food, it has to do with physical activity. Right. So that was kind of an underpinning on this, and it also flows from our commitment to sustainability, and that is, we have the first apartment building here is LEED Platinum, and we have used Energy Star in our developments. So I think we always will do that, because that's kind of who we are, and our partners are fortunately in the same mindset as we are. So we wanted this to become really a unique place that doesn't exist in Denver, and I think that's what's happening.
So, Susan, with some of the concepts that you were considering when you were developing this site, what exactly went into that planning process to get to where we are today?
Well, it involved a lot of our partners, Regis University, in helping us think through the health professions programs they had and how health is important in people's success in life. So the whole idea of cultivate health and cultivating life really came out of those conversations, and the literature on the fact that people really care about their health these days, and it's at the top of everyone's list, and to have a development that stands for that, I think, is very attractive.
It's very key, yeah.
So that was really important to us.
Awesome, absolutely. And with how sales have been going, we've been doing really good job so far. Eric, could you speak on that at all with how we're doing on our townhome sales?
Yeah, we are sold out for the most part. I think we have only one unit left, and I love working with Susan, so thank you, Susan.
Yeah.
So we'll have our next phase coming available in December. We are going to be starting to pre-sell these right now, so we do have limited availability. Make sure you come and check us out in our sales office, which is located just north of the Starbucks on the northeast corner of 52nd and Federal. Thanks. Have a great day.